Must-see sites in New York City. Of course, the Apollo is at the top of many lists. The legendary theater, which helped launch the careers of many superstars, is now launching a new groundbreaking show called Apollo Club Harlem. Here to talk more about it is Broadway tap legend Maurice Hines and executive producer for the Apollo Theater, Mickey Shepard. So, Maurice and Mickey, thank you so much for coming on the show. Congratulations on the show to come.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah.
So, Mickey, this is your brainchild. Describe what it's all about.
Okay, well, first of all, we really look back at the Apollo and its historic reviews, production reviews. Big bands were big at the Apollo, and they had. We also based it on some of the clubs in the 30s and 40s that sort of dotted all of Harlem, as well as the city. So this club really this show takes place in a club. And so we have basically extended the stage out across the orchestra. So you have tables and chairs, as if you're in a nightclub, and there's bar service and table service, and so you have the show on stage, and you have the people in the audience, and in some ways they're cast as part of the show.
Yeah, it sounds like just great atmosphere, and kind of the concept is a throwback. Right. People are nostalgic, but with a contemporary twist. Tell me a little bit about that.
Exactly. So, for example, we have one artist, Storyboard P, who's actually a hip-hop dance artist, but he's sort of the reincarnation of Snake Hips Tucker, who was like a human boa constrictor. But he's a contemporary dancer, so basically he becomes Snake Hips. So it's an updated version of Snake Hips.
Well, Maurice, you're the host, the choreographer, so I mean your vision is at work here too. Tell me a little bit more about the show itself and what people can expect to see.
Well, the first thing they can expect to see is excitement and really a kind of theatricality that we don't see anymore. So we're in touch with the audience. Mickey's concept is so the audience is included. That's why we're close to them, as opposed to that wall that we don't cross in the theater. We're right there. I'm going to be in the audience, talking to them, messing with them. You know, I'm going to be fabulous. I got to tell you, I'm going to be fabulous.
You
in the
always
show.
are. I mean, come on.
It's where Gregory and I started. We started in nightclubs, even though we were very little. Our very first show that we ever did in 1954 was at the Apollo, and then we went to Las Vegas and Miami and all this. So this is my world, and I haven't really been in that world in a long time.
Yeah, being back, how does it feel? I mean, just being in the theater must bring back so many memories, like you said.
When you tap on that stage, it's such a history of the great tappers, first of all, between the Nicholas brothers and John Bumbles and Teddy Hale and Monty Briggs. And Gregory and I learned from them. So when my brother made his transition, and my father also did too, I promised them when I came back, I would come back in a show that said thank you to the legends that made it possible for us, and that's what Mickey has conceived. So we're saying thank you to, I do a tribute to Nat King Cole, because he was my idol. And then, of course, I tap.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have wonderful artists in the show, wonderful talented Misha. I found these two gentlemen, the Manzari brothers, when I did Sophisticated Ladies in Washington. They're going to be like the Nicholas brothers. It's going to be a knock 'em, sock 'em show, girl.
The video, I think, was from last year, Jazz a la carte. It has a little bit of the flavor that we're going to see.
Yes. Yeah, we will, because there's dancing girls. We have a chorus line, which Apollo had. So I'm going to choreograph that and direct it. And we pay tribute, and not pay tribute, we thank Duke Ellington. We thank Count Basie. We thank these people because I feel like short memories. I don't care what you say, but that's why I'm so happy to do this concept that Mickey has come up with. Because at this point in my life, I can do exactly what I want, and I don't want to do anything.
You don't just say yes to anything.
No, and the Apollo, how can you say no to it when it has the one thing we don't see anymore: class. Yeah. There's a word that you don't hear anymore, and there's a reason why. But Mickey has created this. The show is this. The atmosphere is it, the nightclubs and the tables and chairs and the public's going to be able to dance at the end of the show. Get up and dance to the orchestra.
That's awesome. And Mickey, you say this is a sign of a new direction, really, for the Apollo.
Yeah,
this is just the start. So explain that.
Well, we're building our legacy. Music is always at the core of everything that we do, but now we're also doing dance. So we're creating new works, new productions. You'll see that later in the year. But we're also going to be doing theater ultimately. What we also do, we still have in our DNA is this supporting emerging artists. And so we have an Apollo Music Cafe on our soundstage now, so you can come in and have drinks and hear younger artists performing. And that's also true of the Apollo Club Harlem. we used that as an opportunity. Like what that did happen at the Apollo with the reviews is that you had younger artists, because Ella Fitzgerald was 16 years old when she performed at the Apollo. Billie Holiday was young when she performed. Sarah Vaughan was young when she performed. They were all kids basically. So we're providing an opportunity not just for the legends like Maurice Hines and Dee Dee Bridgewater, but also for younger artists like Cecile McLaurin-Salvant, who is an amazing singer.
Fabulous young artists to do that. That's why the Apollo is legendary, because it's not just about people like me, but the young artists, nurturing them. That's what we want to do.
The next generation.
We
have to give people the information they need to know. February 18th, 22nd, 23rd, 8:30 at the Apollo. Get your tickets.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a great
Am I going to see you there?
Yeah, Friday night. We discussed this.
I'm going to look for you there. I'm going to look for you.
You're going to come to me in the crowd. I can't
will.
tap, though.
He'll ask you to dance.
I know. I can't dance very well either. I hate
You'll
to
have a good
disappoint.
time, I'm telling you.
I'm sure.
It's gonna
Thank
be
you
wonderful.
so much for both being on the show, Maurice and Nikki.
Thanks.
Up next, honking horns.